Hello and welcome. Welcome to the virtual grand opening of the Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit in Merced, serving children and families across Merced County. It's an exciting occasion to finally get this new program launched, and you're going to hear a lot about it because we have several speakers that I'll be introducing, followed by a tour of the facility. Let me just say what a great accomplishment it is for the county to join really a national movement in establishing crisis services that fill the gap between outpatient therapy services and inpatient hospitalization. This program will work to help young people resolve crises, some being experienced for the first time, and help them avoid going into the hospital and instead transition back home with ongoing service and support so that they can maintain stability and deal with their emotional and behavioral challenges. A little bit about us. Central Star Behavioral Health is part of STARS Behavioral Health Group. We are a statewide organization that provides behavioral health, child welfare, juvenile probation, and other social services across the state, primarily contracted with counties like Merced. This is our second program in Merced County. 2 years ago, we opened another crisis program, the Crisis Residential Unit. That is a program for adults where they can stay several weeks, also focused on resolving mental health crises. So here we go. We are going to be opening at the date that is now on your screen, and I will now be introducing our first speaker. As our first speaker, we are honored to have Councilmember Anthony Martinez. Councilmember Martinez serves on the Merced City Council, representing District 1.
Hi, I'm Councilmember Anthony Martinez, and I represent District 1, where the Merced Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit is located. I'm also a teacher, so I have firsthand experience with young people and the issues and challenges they face in life. I welcome the arrival of this Crisis Stabilization Unit in Merced and believe that it will be a huge benefit to the youth of our community. As someone who has taught junior high and high school students, I have seen them in the midst of problems that this unit will address. I have seen them anxious. I have seen them angry. I have seen them depressed. I've seen them when they need help. Unfortunately, half of all mental health conditions start by the age of 14, and most of the cases go undetected and untreated. Many of us remember that growing up, it's tough enough. And that isn't helped if you are faced with the challenges of mental health issues. This center will give young people the pause and the help they need. And it will be a place where people will listen without passing judgment, which is especially important to young people. This unit also gives priority to Merced County residents who are uninsured or Medi-Cal eligible, which is a large segment of our population. This means that there is a safety net for our young men and women in their time of need. This is an excellent addition to our community, and I welcome the Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit to Merced.
Thank you, Councilmember Martinez. Your perspective as a school teacher is so valuable. We will definitely be making sure that the school administrators, counselors, and teachers across Merced County with all the school districts are aware of this important new resource in the youth CSU. Our next speaker is Sally Ragnath.
Hi everyone, my name is Sally Ragnath, and I represent the Merced County Behavioral Health Advisory Board. I'm very happy to be with you today as we celebrate the grand opening of the Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit here in Merced County. I would like to thank the Merced County Board of Supervisors, Director Genevieve Valentine, Director Ivania Brown, the STARS Behavioral Health Group, and all those who have collaborated on this new Crisis Stabilization Unit for youth. As a family member of a client with Merced Behavior Health, I know firsthand the anxiety felt when our loved one experiences a crisis event. We need help right away. Up until now, our youth have had to go to the emergency room here in our community hospital. While there, a mental health worker would meet with them for an evaluation. With the new Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit, parents can bring their children to a behavioral health facility right here in Merced. We have been looking forward to having a CSU for youth for many years. It is a relief that children aged 5 through 17 in a crisis situation will now receive the services they need from a clinician during their 23-hour stay in this facility. After they are evaluated, the mental health staff will recommend the best possible avenue for the child and the family to access the services they need for recovery. We are so grateful for this new Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit. Again, thank you for the opportunity to share this time with you as we celebrate our new addition to Merced County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services.
Thank you, Ms. Ragnath. Your perspective as a behavioral health advisory board member is so valuable, knowing the history of behavioral health services in the county and communicating the need for this new important resource. Our next speaker is Mayor Mike Murphy, Mayor of the City of Merced.
Hi, I'm Merced Mayor Mike Murphy, and on behalf of the City of Merced, I want to welcome the Merced Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit to the community. This facility will address the widespread shortage of services that exists in our region for young people having a mental health crisis. We're fortunate to have this unit here in the city so that our local youth don't have to travel out of the area in order to find the help and services they need. This is especially important because when they're in crisis, when they're feeling depressed or angry or suicidal, they need a place like this where they can find help quickly. We have a large population of youth under the age of 18 eligible for this facility. Unfortunately, the onset of major mental illness may occur as early as 7 to 11 years old. The Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit offers our children a place that's designed to provide them assistance and avoid the need for hospitalization. I want to thank the Merced County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services for creating the Crisis Stabilization Unit and Central Star Behavioral Health for operating it. Mental health is important and often overlooked. It's estimated that 75 to 80% of children and youth in need of mental health services do not receive the help they need. By opening this unit, we've taken a giant step forward towards improving juvenile mental health in Merced and in Merced County.
Thank you, Mayor Murphy, for your recognition of the importance of the Youth CSU. Our next speaker is Maisha Reed from NAMI.
Greetings, Merced County community. My name is Maisha Reed, and I am the president of the local affiliate of the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI Merced County. As a key stakeholder and partner in providing support to people of all ages living with mental illness and their families, NAMI Merced is aware of the need for more services for the children and youth of our community. Prior to the establishment of this center, providing support to young children and youth could be very cumbersome and difficult. So for example, a youth is in crisis at school. The student is sent to the emergency room where there may or may not be a bed or room available. The youth might be there for an undetermined amount of time while next steps are identified. From there, the youth might then be transported to a location out of county to receive services. For this reason, we are excited by the establishment of this new crisis center right here in our community, the first 24-hour facility in our county that is targeting children and youth. Just imagine how much quicker our children and youth will be able to access services when they are established here locally. Our community needs and has needed behavioral health services for children and youth. The opening of this center providing these services is an acknowledgement of the request from residents, practitioners, and organizations. This is something that has been asked for, and we are so pleased that it is being provided. Thank you, Merced County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services and STARS Behavioral Health Group for your partnership to bring these needed services to our community. Congratulations on your grand opening and best wishes to you and our community's success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. Working with NAMI is essential for us with our programs across the state, as it is so impactful to have support for family members of those living with a mental health condition. Our final speaker is Genevieve Valentine, Director of the Merced County Department of Behavioral Health and Recovery Services.
Establishing a Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit in the Merced community has been a dream of many of the Behavioral Health and Recovery Services directors before me. Through the efforts of previous Director Ivania Brown, the Behavioral Health and Recovery Services leadership team, and the voices of the Merced community, I'm excited to partner with Central Star on making this dream a reality. Supporting our youth and providing them with a safe environment when they're experiencing anxiety, depression, or acute stress is a must. And opening the Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit will provide a safety net for our youth with unbiased, therapeutically appropriate, trauma-informed crisis intervention. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must think outside the box. And providing this new service venue for our youth couldn't come at a better time. I appreciate Central Star's willingness to partner with BHRS in providing this vital service. And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that the youth in our community will get the services they need, and they will find a safe place amongst the chaos.
Thank you, Director Valentine. We are so appreciative of the high level of collaboration that exists between Central Star and Behavioral Health and Recovery Services. And now it is time for our tour of the Youth CSU.
Welcome to the Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit, the first of its kind in Merced County. This program, which we'll refer to as the CSU, addresses a widespread shortage of services to meet youth crisis needs. The CSU is operated by Central Star Behavioral Health on behalf of Merced County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services. The center provides voluntary short-term treatment for up to 4 children and teens between the ages of 5 and 17. This is the first program in the area exclusively dedicated to helping Merced County youth who are experiencing psychiatric symptoms at a crisis level. So, for instance, if they're feeling anxious, depressed, angry, or suicidal, they can come here for treatment. This program is designed to help stabilize children and teens within 24 hours so they can safely go back into the community and avoid the need for hospitalization. However, if they're unable to stabilize within this time frame, we help them transition into a higher level of care. Unaddressed mental health issues during childhood can extend into adulthood and impact quality of life. These years are crucial for children and young people in their development. We want to provide them with the proper tools and strategies to help them manage future crises and advocate for themselves. Because if these issues continue to go unaddressed, it can negatively affect them as they get older. What they're feeling and whatever the stressor may be, the CSU is a safe place for them to come and talk to trained professionals and to people who will listen to them without judgment. Upon entering the building, temperatures are checked, as this is for everyone's safety during the COVID-19 outbreak. Once someone enters and checks in with the front desk, there's a waiting area, and we have the ability to space chairs in this area during COVID. Then they'll come into the intake room to be admitted and to talk with our staff. Our goal is to provide them with the intensive services they need when they're experiencing an escalation of mental health symptoms to the point of crisis. They'll also receive a medical evaluation before meeting with the therapist. We also have 2 bedrooms, and each bedroom has 2 beds where the youth can lay down and rest. We prepare snacks for the youth. Youth can also relax on the sofa and watch TV or play games if they'd like. We also have some group therapy sessions to help children and youth learn self-soothing techniques and coping skills to better manage their feelings or anxiety. The CSU is open 24/7, 365 days a year, and it's located near the Merced County Health Department off the 99 freeway. It's within walking distance from various schools in the area, and it's also near a bus stop. We wanted this location to be easily accessible for children and teens. Services are provided in English, Spanish, and Hmong. The CSU's address is 300 East 15th Street in Merced.